Hello friends, today we are going to discuss regarding emphysema disease. Emphysema disease is related to the respiratory system. So first we will discuss the anatomy and physiology of the respiratory system. So respiratory system is a biological system in which person can inhale oxygen and exhale the carbon dioxide. So the respiratory system is composed of the upper and lower respiratory tract. The two tract is responsible for ventilation. Upper respiratory tract, nose, pharynx, larynx and trachea, and the lower respiratory tract, bronchi and lungs. Figure of anatomy of respiratory system. In that we can see the upper respiratory tract and lower respiratory tract. Okay, so function of the respiratory system. So what are the function of the respiratory system? Okay, that we will discuss. Air distributor. So air distributed in the body on the lungs. Air will be distributed in the lungs, then in the body. And gas exchange will be occur in the lungs with the help of alveoli and pulmonary capillaries. Filter, warm and humidify the air. Oxygen will be filtered in the nostrils with the help of nasal hairs, and warm and humidify the air. Influences the speech, allow for sense of space, smell, so person can smell foods. Introductions. Emphysema is a progressive lung disease in which the delicate air sac called alveoli in the lungs irreversibly damaged, which result of shortness of breath. Okay, so if in our lungs alveoli is present, if they will get injury or they will damage irreversibly, so person get difficulty in breathing. Next is definition. It is an abnormal enlargement of air spaces or disorder in which the alveolar walls are destroyed. This destruction lead to permanent overdistension of air spaces. If person getting any air distension, if abnormal enlargement will be occur in the air spaces, so alveolar walls will be destroyed. Okay, if this destruction lead occur, so this destruction will lead to permanent overdistension of the air spaces. Our air spaces will be destroyed in the lungs. Etiological factors. There is the cigarette smoking, air pollutions, and occupational chemical and dust, infection, genetic, and alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency is an autosomal recessive disorder that may affect the lungs or liver. First is cigarette smoking. Cigarette smoking in India, about 57% male and 11% female use tobacco. Cigarette smoking causes breakdown connective tissue in the lungs because of imbalance of protease. If person is using cigarette smoking tobacco, okay, their person will get chances of emphysema disease and respiratory system disease. Air pollutions. If person coming in contact with the environmental air pollutions, okay, so there is chances of getting infection or respiratory problems. Next is occupational and chemical dust. Okay, if person is working in any industry or companies, okay, occupational companies, so they will come in contact with the chemicals, different chemicals, and they will come in contact with dust. Next is infections. If a person getting any viral or bacterial infection in the respiratory system like nose, throat, so there is person getting infections. Okay, and genetics. Okay, person getting from their parents, then grandparents. Okay, next is alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency is an autosomal recessive disorder that may affect the lung or liver. Next is pathophysiology. Pathophysiology is how disease progress. It is the pathophysiology due to the etiological factor. Any etiological factor, that may be cigarette smoking, air pollution, occupational chemical and dust, infection, or genetics. Okay, or due to the etiological factor, person getting partially airway collapse. Person's airway will be collapse and they will lose their elasticity of the lungs or respiratory system, bronchial tubes. Okay, so person lost their elasticity of the lungs or respiratory tubes, bronchial tubes, okay, trachea. Next is it will lead to increased ventilatory dead space from the area that both participate in gas and blood exchange. Where blood and gas exchanges occur in alveoli and pulmonary capillaries, their space will be increased with the dead space. Okay, if dead space will be increased, so person get decrease in oxygen perfusion. Okay, and they will exchange in the ventilatory area, increase the ventilatory dead space, they will lead to decrease the ventilation, they will lead to destruction in the pulmonary capillary. If pulmonary capillary will be decrease or destroy, so they will lead to air trapping and decrease in gas exchange. Air trapping means abnormal retention of air in the lungs. If abnormal air will be retention in the air or abnormal air will be present in the lungs, okay, they will lead to decrease in oxygen provision and ventilation. If abnormal gases or abnormal air will be present in the lungs, so they will make difficulty in breathing, okay, and they will show the sign and symptoms. This is the figure of pathophysiology for where oxygen and oxygen will be how exchange, okay, in the alveoli and pulmonary capillaries. Clinical manifestation: dyspnea, productive cough, weight loss, headache. These are the clinical manifestations. Person get dyspnea in the difficulty in breathing, productive cough, they will produce, they will get cough, weight loss due to the person cannot eat properly because of breathlessness, so they person get weight loss. Headache due to the lack of oxygen supply in the blood in the brain. Then tactile phlebitis is a vibration felt on the chest during assessment. While we will assess the chest, that time we will get vibrational, they will felt on the chest during assessment, okay. Then barrel chest. Barrel chest is basically a rounded bulging chest that resemble the shape of barrel, okay. When chronically overinflated with the air, when lungs are chronically long for the long time overinflated with the air, so the rib cage will be partially expanded all the time, okay. Then crackles and wheezing, okay. So abnormal breathing sound, that is the crackles or wheezing. Crackles means fluid accumulation in the lungs. If fluid will be accumulated in the lungs, so person getting abnormal breathing sound. Wheezing narrow the small airway in the lungs, okay. Then ataxia. Ataxia is the impaired balance or coordination of the body due to the loss of due to the less of oxygen in the body. Person getting ataxia, impaired balance or loss of coordinations. Investigation, that is the history collection. Assess the complete history of the patient. They are using tobacco, okay, that is the ask the complete history of the patient. Assess complete history of the patient, any past medical history, any past surgical history, any past lifestyle, okay, that should be assess the patient, assess the history, okay. Physical examination, assess for the physical examination. That is barrel chest, their chest shape is barrel or normal, that should be assessed. Check for breath sound, they are normally breathing or not, their breathing sound is normally or not, that should be assessed. Any crackle or wheezing sound is there, that should be assessed during the check of breathing sound. Hypoxemia, okay, a low level of oxygen in the blood, that should be assessed. And cyanosis, okay, bluish or grayish color of the skin, nails, lips, around the eyes, okay. Cyanosis and hypoxemia should be assessed. Complete blood count, laboratory investigation should be done. ABG analysis, arterial blood gas analysis. Then pulmonary function test, okay. Pulmonary function test will be done with the help of trained staff nurse. Pulmonary function test will be measure how the lungs are moving air in and out as well oxygen to the blood. It use special equipment are done by the trained staff in a hospital. Then chest X-ray, CT scan, computed tomography of the chest may show small pockets of air throughout the lungs. This area of damaged lung are where air become trapped, making forceful exhalation difficulty. Then medical management. What is the main goal of medical management? To stop the disease progress, to improve the breathing pattern, to reduce the airway secretion and inflammations. This is the goal of the medical management. Stop the disease, improve the breathing pattern and make patient comfortable, to reduce airway secretion and inflammation. So first we will provide the general management. Oxygen therapy. Provide the patient the oxygen as per required and as per the doctor orders. To keep the SpO2 greater than 90% during rest and exertion, or the PaO2 greater than 60 mmHg. SpO2 should be greater than 90% during the rest. While person getting rest, that time their SpO2 level should be more than 90%. As oxygen is usually administered to treat hypoxemia caused by different problems. If person getting hypoxemia, their oxygen level is low, that time provide oxygen. Method of administration of O2. Okay, so what are the method of administration O2? Nasal cannula. With the help of nasal cannula we will provide the oxygen. Face mask. With the help of face mask we will provide the oxygen therapy. Okay, and then with the help of face mask we will put a mask. Okay, and tubing will be connected with the oxygen cylinder. Partially non-rebreather mask. This is the mask which we will provide to the patient, and mask will keep on the patient's face. Venturi mask. In the Venturi mask, different color code is there. With the help of different color, different percentage of oxygen will be provided to the patients. Like white color code is 31% oxygen will be supplied to the patient, and 40% apply with this red color code. And with the help of sky color, 28% oxygen should be provided, and with the help of green color code, 60% will be provided, and orange color is 50% oxygen will be provided, and with the help of dark blue color, 24% of oxygen will be provided to the patient, and with the help of yellow color code, 36% of oxygen will be provided. Drug therapy. Antibiotics, ampicillin 250 to 500 mg orally 6 hours. Okay, ampicillin will be provided 250 to 500 mg orally 6 hours, and tetracycline 250 to 500 mg orally 6 hours for 10 days. Antibiotics will be provided for the 10 days. And bronchodilators will be provided for the dilation of the bronchial tubes, so person can easily breathe. Albuterol agents and the anticholinergic agents, ipratropium bromide, theophylline, inhalation aerosols. So which drug a person can inhale, or they will get decrease their problems. Bronchodilations, adult and children over 4 years of age, 180 Q 4 to 6 hours, and maintenance 180 mcg 4 times per day. And corticosteroids, bronchodilations, adult and children over 12 years of age, 2.5 to 3 to 4 times per day by nebulizations, and dilute in that 0.5% NS solutions. Okay, normal saline. Nursing management, nursing diagnosis. In nursing management, nursing diagnosis. What is the nursing diagnosis for providing care? Okay, ineffective breathing pattern related to alveolar hypoventilation, ineffective airway clearance related to thick bronchial secretions, alter nutrition less than body requirement related to weight loss. Nursing intervention, provide semi-fowler positions, Assess patient appearance, whether there is any bluish coloration of skin. Assess the patient vital sign 4 hourly. Monitor ABGs of patient so that any abnormality is detected. Assess body weight of the patient once a week to indicate any changes in weight. Encourage patient to eat more frequent. These are the nursing intervention which is provided to the patient for their comfortable and reduce their illness. Then health education. If you smoke, stop smoking. If you don't smoke, don't start. If person is smoking, then make them stop the smoking. If they are not smoking, tell them never you should start the smoking. By quitting the smoking, you can either prevent emphysema or slow its progression. If you will stop the smoking, you will get the slow progress of the disease, or you will prevent the emphysema. You also should limit your exposure to air pollution, restrict your outdoor activity when there are reports of high smoke levels. In the you should prevent from exposure to air pollutions, so you stop going outside or activity. People exposed to harmful chemicals at work should speak to their employer about respiratory mask or consult with a specialist in occupational medicine. If you have emphysema, ask your doctor about vaccination against influenza and pneumococcal pneumonia. This vaccination can help to prevent life-threatening respiratory infection in people with lung diseases. Thank you.